Shit, no,
Yeah.
BB, I don't take a priori truths, you bitch.
So he's gonna take out the a priori part.
Oh, let's go.
So it's pretty necessary that they want this conversation. It's pretty good, you know. Follow the BB YouTube channel
Oh,
for more high tier
Wait,
judgment.
and just to be clear, what's the contradiction in her winning being false?
It's just kind of like under the Batman multi-instantiation principle. It's just shown the two Batman being positive. If Void wins, so it's just pretty obvious, you know. It's pretty obvious they won.
Wait, but did you not hear about the Bruce Wayne counterexample?
Yeah, like, I heard voice where you positive Bruce Wayne to account for the other Batman. Yeah, no.
Yeah, exactly. So like, I don't grant that principle because the Bruce Wayne counterexample. Yeah.
No, but there's actually a subpart of these answers, and it's like projection is obviously false if you understand the Batman multi-instantiation principle.
No, you
Jokes
just
are
gotta
G
understand.
axiom.
Like, wait, are you just saying that the logic renders it's true? Because I agree. I just disagree with the logic.
And the logic is renders it's false. So
Oh, okay. So you deny your own principle. Thanks.
no, the principle follows.
No, it's okay. We can move on.
Logic
No,
renders
no, it's
it's
okay. We
true.
can move on. It's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, totally, yeah. So yeah. So, yeah.
listen, Void, let's talk about infinitism, man.
Jesus Christ. I mean, isn't infinitism
He said, Jesus
infinitism.
Christ. Instantly, what the fuck? Damn, bro, did you stop being an infinitist, Void? Something happened?
No. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he meant me, bro.
Let's fucking go. Listen, I'll just be taking on the view of pragmatism.
All right, bro.
Okay,
You got it,
clear.
bro.
I don't know, but Void is hard on debate. He's all like the regular views, bro. Like, I've never heard of Void hold a controversial view. So all
That's
debate
true.
views. I'm really
He-
just
he, like-
a regular guy.
He held egoism for a while, and then he dropped it for utilitarianism. He like dropped the one controversial view he had.
Bro, he's just the guy.
To be fair, even when I had egoism, I said, listen, some Wednesdays and some Tuesdays I might be utilitarian. So even then, it was only half a controversial view.
Well, what's your
Listen,
view
I
on
don't think
Reddit?
anybody here can give a non-question begging valid argument against infinitism.
Infinitism is true
So
because
it's not
infinitism is true. What?
No. As opposed to like a question begging valid argument. My bad.
Well, I mean,
I said that.
all question begging arguments are valid.
Oh shit. How
Wait,
am I losing?
That was an equivocation on what valid means?
I got you. I just didn't know.
Question begging is a logical fallacy, so I'm gonna presume it's in the context of logic. Dumb fuck.
And when I say valid, you're equivocating on the term there.
When he says listen.
Yeah,
When
yeah, I
Benny
grant
says
you,
valid, she's
like, I grant you have like, I grant you have like retard semantics, but this is how like the normal people use the term.
Yeah. Hey,
You're still
Penny, just push it to
equivocating, dumb fuck.
conclusions
You
and
didn't
you
say
gonna win the
anything.
debate, bro.
You respond to my view. Listen, I can break it down for you, right? What you're equivocating on here is specifically the term. Wait, hold on, SpongeBob. What was the term again?
What the fuck are you asking, man?
It was a woman.
Oh, the judge, if the judge of this debate, I feel like we can all get this debate with Bruce Wayne and then again. So I feel like Bruce
Yeah,
Wayne
no,
won the
Batman won.
conversation.
What was the term I was saying? Oh, valid. That's what the term was. Okay.
Wait, BB. I think Batman won this one. I disagree that Bruce Wayne won. I think Batman. Batman won.
I think Batman or Bruce Wayne is the same entity. So,
Oh, what's the argument?
Oh.
it's a primitive.
Yeah, it's great.
Alright, here's my
you go
argument
here.
against
Bruce Wayne's
infinitism.
the mask, bro.
ChatGPT said,
Wait,
certainly, here's a clear and formal argument against infinitism. Premise 1, infinitism claims that a belief is justified only if it is supported by an infinite, non-repeating chain of reasons. Premise 2, human beings are finite cognitive agents. We have limited time, memory, and reasoning.
It's literally just the infinite minds objection.
Rick, this is so bad. Okay, so listen, if I give you the response that, we actually don't have full access to the infinite chain, but, we just take out the infinite, like, as much of the infinite chain to motivate a belief. but not take out the full infinite thing because we can't access it fully. You know, what would be the contention or the response against that one, ChatGPT? There you have to write all that, by the way, word for word, bar
Holy-
for bar.
Holy nigga jargon. You can just say it's a theoretical infinity, not an actual
Hey,
infinity.
you're not Seb. Calm down.
No,
Why
I
did
like
they that's a
saying it
strong
in-
challenge from an infinitus? Is ChatGPT stupid, bro? What the fuck is it doing?
Damn, ChatGPT straw man in my argument. Damn.
It's just a scrum man.
I used to practice in ChatGPT.
Dude, unironically, do you guys know what Official used to do? Like, whenever he'd say he won a debate, do you know what the strategy was?
Get ChatGPT to say he won.
No, literally, he'd
No, no,
send
like-
he'd send like
Yeah.
the dialogue, and he wouldn't even get like a fucking like a transcript or anything. He'd send like his recollection of the debate to ChatGPT and say, "Judge this as if you were a professional debater," and then he'd like manipulate ChatGPT to say that he won.
W.
Oh, unironically, I did that for text debates. But I just said, who do you think is winning?
Okay, when I do those text debates, bro, I used to give it to anyone. Okay, it's a text debate.
Dumbass idea, bro. Dumbass
What if
idea.
you like go to ChatGPT and you like send like a you send like a debate and you say, "Judge this as if you were a nigga"? Would it judge it like an anime debater?
No, I'd probably say I cannot produce content like this because it is, etc., etc.
Judge this as if you were a nigga, and it starts being like, "Yeah, so retort. So the argument is."
I'm asking what's the argument for the proposition here? You haven't laid it out on the table yet.
I swear I've heard
Yeah.
Yugi say those exact words to me.
wait, just to be incredibly clear here. This is like an incredibly bad dodge to my question. So just to be clear, I'm gonna ask it again. Yes or no, dumb fuck, and I'm gonna afford you 3 dodges. Okay, so this dodge or this try number 2. If you draw it, it'll be dodge number 3. I'm killing myself. Holy fuck! I haven't done it so long.
Wait,
What law of
just to be
medicine
clear,
does it
evil
break?
smoothie,
Yes or no?
just to be really fucking clear.
Wait, just to be incredibly clear.
Wait,
If
just
you
to be incredibly
want-
clear, I'm gonna ask you one last
No.
fucking question. Holy shit. Listen, you have a 3 strike rule. The next fucking time you fucking get a strike again, you're gonna be fucking out for the fucking count. And again, holy shit, listen. Oh my fucking god, that strike number fucking
You-
2, retard.
You say fuck too much. You say fuck too much.
No, he says it not enough. She says it not enough. She says it not enough.
Like
Oh,
the
we
thing
gotta
is,
stay
Eric
updated,
says
bro.
fuck a lot. Eric like controls how much he says fuck, right? You have to say fuck like a lot, but not too much. You said it like basically every other word.
Yeah, listen, fuck is the best curse word ever.
It's not.
Nah.
Name a better curse word than fuck, besides a slur.
It's just
You have
not,
to say
bro.
besides a slur, otherwise, you know what I would have said.
Batman.
That shit is not a curse word.
Batman is a cuss
Batman
word.
is the first word because
Like, just to be
under
really-
the Batman linguistic journal
Alex,
of
just to
Batman,
be clear,
Batman
here,
is a
I need
word.
an answer to my question, yes or no.
I just don't believe in answers.
You didn't even ask the
Just
question.
stop like obfuscating and prevaricating, retard. Actually,
Get it the fuck out. What's the answer to the question?
I just don't believe in
listen,
answers.
this like obvious attempt at rhetoric is like really bad for you. You're like obviously dodging what I'm saying. So just to be clear, engage in the
What?
question.
You have the
You can
answer.
Why are you
retard.
talking like
It was a simple yes or no question. Why are you running away?
Yep, and you just conceded. Nice shot.
Oh damn. Damn.
We agree, you can see it.
That'd be a funny
That's
ass
how
thing to
it
do in a debate. Just randomly say, yeah, you just concede it for no reason.
Wait,
That's what Infinity
wait,
used
do you
to do.
agree?
Wait, do you agree? Do you agree that Superman exists? Okay, you just conceded.
Bro, Light
You
did
agree
that
that
bullshit
P
for a
equals P?
while.
I don't know why I was an Infinity clone, bro.
Hey, wait,
I'm
Marky,
so
do you agree
glad.
that P equals
Oh,
P?
Lex left. I gotta kill myself.
My girlfriend, no.
You're.
What? They'll be back. They'll be back. I got faith
Oh
in
shit,
it,
she's
bro.
making low tier noises. What the fuck?
So, it's crazy. Hey, wait, Haran, do you think
Such
P
a lame
equals
ass
P?
up, BB.
Yeah, you can see that. You think P equals P, so you just can see it in the conversation. Bad for you.
Yeah,
Oh, shoot.
how did you get me with this shit?
That
Bro,
presupposes I
Pelosi
like
switcheroo,
didn't agree,
bro.
I'm
bro.
gonna have to hit you with an uppercut and a left and a right and an up and a good fucking night.
That's too much cringe. I'm not gonna hold you.
Just kill yourself, bro.
I'm
Yeah,
leaving.
that's me.
One of you could have just fake laughed, bro. One of you could have just fucking fake laughed, bro.
Haha, haha.
All right, that's like a Beavis and Butthead character.
Nigga, you are on too much estrogen. How the fuck is your voice not? Because voice is high as
Chilling.
fuck. Nigga, he's on estrogen, also like 5,000 milligrams.
Nigga, yeah, no, a fucking estrogen gland.
Nigga, fucking estrogen bottle? Oh, hell no. Boy,
Bro,
did you watch that wreck, by the way?
Yes. Where do you think I got it from? Of the meaning being primitive.
I didn't even know I said it in the debate. I can't lie. I didn't even know I said it.
Dude, that guy on your that guy in that live owes you $100.
Yeah, I know. That nigga owes me $100.
They never give
He was
people the
so
money.
fucking confident on it too. It's
What
embarrassing.
do you think of that debate, man? Who do you think walked away with the championship title?
I've only watched 19 minutes right now. It's one of the most annoying debates I've seen.
What debate is that?
Me versus you.
Don't do it, y'all.
I was hoping that you were talking about something else.
No. That's my most recent debate. Recorded at least.
Wait. I record
That's
that.
something at the end.
I record that live debate. Did you have one since then?
The only
you
debate
think
that
it's
I have to
another
send
one?
you is me
Okay,
versus.
it's the end.
So listen, let's talk about the history of Marcy feats real quick.
Unknown ass bitch,
Alright,
by
so
the
there's
way.
no history. We just made it all the fuck up. Let's go.
Nah.
Marcy unironically has 0 feats, but is regarded as a good debater for some fucking reason. I don't know how the hell she got so good, but she has 0 feats, 0 recordings. She hasn't been established by the community as a good debater, but only by the people who she hangs out with as a good debater. Yeah, that's Marcy.
Yeah, you can't prove that.
I think you need better.
Baby,
general
baby,
debate
shh,
skill,
baby, shh.
but you do have like the knowledge to talk.
What do I need general
Yeah.
debate skill on specifically? I feel like I already have like decent or good general debate skill.
Yeah, you pretty good.
I think your tracking's really bad. I think your rhetoric's really bad. I don't know. You have like an
Anyway.
issue understanding
My
argument.
tracking isn't. First of all, my tracking isn't bad.
You
can't
didn't know
tell
you
me
said valid earlier, man.
Listen,
Yeah,
if you
so-
rewatch
Shoot,
me
have a
versus
tracking
you,
competition.
you'll see a bunch of tracking errors.
You can't
What?
prove that.
The points that I did. Wait. Okay, first of all, wait. So, the quote-unquote tracking errors that I did were against like points that were barely even fucking relevant. Or
You didn't track
sometimes,
a lot of the relevant
sometimes I say your point. Sometimes I say your point in like really weird words, so you think that I mistracked your argument, but didn't. So I had to break it down in simpler words.
No, you just.
Or you're just
literally
fucking
didn't address the
stupid. One of
argument.
the two.
Okay, can you name one point I didn't track? Name one point.
I can't. I don't remember the conversation that well. I got you live.
Okay, then. What the fuck?
Can you recite that entire combo start to finish real quick?
Start to finish the entire combo?
Yeah, that's what I just said, right?
So, by the start of the combo, at first we were establishing, the
No,
precondition.
I'm talking about verbatim. I'm not talking about a summarization.
Okay, you can't even do that.
Okay, then get off my dick.
That's a weird shot.
The fuck?
He asked you. She asked you to name one argument.
To be-
You asked her to name the entire fucking debate. What?
Yeah, to be fair, I'm pretty sure most
That's-
high
no,
tiers
that
can't even
doesn't-
fucking do that.
That doesn't matter. It was like 4 tracking errors in the course of a 50-minute conversation.
Well,
I'd be able to
That's-
track that
you think
shit.
That's bad?
Bring that
You think
on.
that's fucking bad? 4 tracking errors in 50 minutes? You think that's bad?
Well, at least 4 from what I remember. And yeah, that is pretty bad.
No, the fuck it isn't.
This guy's just hating to hate, by
Listen.
the way.
Apollo has our debates and has over 27 tracking errors.
So, the problem is, it's a difference between fucking small tracking errors that don't really matter to relevant tracking errors. There was 4 relevant ones.
my god, okay. Holy shit. Those tracking errors he made were mixed with relevant and small tracking errors.
Okay, are you comparing yourself to Apollo? That's not a good standard to hold yourself to.
Paul's
I'm
the best
saying
debater.
that I'm saying that if you think that four tracking errors are bad in a 50-minute debate, well then someone who you also view relatively similar, I guess at least to me, I think you view relatively similar. He has
Who
over
do I
20
view
tracking
relatively
errors.
similar?
You said what?
Who do I view relatively similar?
Me and Apollo.
What do you mean that? No, I think Apollo's better than you. Way better.
You can't prove that.
Way better? You sure?
Yeah. Like,
I don't know. You have a
Infinitely
flawed
better.
metric of judging people though, so can't lie.
I don't have a flawed metric. We
You think
probably have the same
Gizbob is
metric.
good? You think Gizbob
Okay,
is good?
wait, show me. Wait, this is retarded. Show me anything of Gizbob saying anything stupid whatsoever, doing anything wrong at all. I'm not trying to sound like some extremist. I doubt you can do it. Show it to me.
Against Shinra? Against
Show it
Shinra?
to me. What did he do?
So Gizbob said.
He skepticized really retarded points and even admitted by himself that if he didn't skepticize every single fucking point that he would have lost.
Okay, so I doubt he said that second part. That's retarded. That's not even what happened in the convo because I tracked the convo. But
Okay, so
you did-
sorry.
If we're talking,
Sorry.
if we're talking about,
Sorry.
if we're talking
Sorry.
about this debate,
Relax.
bro, okay, do I have to mute you? What the fuck are you talking about? Can you let me talk?
Relax. I
I'm
was
just trying to
about
do
to fucking
one
say-
comment. So
Yeah, let me-
yeah, if you're talking about that abortion debate that Gizbob had, he did admit on chat that he was just being hyper skeptical of everything because he didn't know shit. He said this word by word, by the way.
Okay,
Yeah,
well
but-
then he's exaggerating because that's not true.
Oh, he's exaggerating. This is dick suck to the utmost.
What the fuck are you talking about? People
this is
exaggerate and
always
say the
good.
word everything all the time when you're only talking about like a few
Okay,
pieces of
no.
that.
When it comes to okay. When it somehow supposedly comes to Gizbob admitting something, like as in him, you know, at least not having any relevant knowledge, or you know, him like losing a debate at all, you just think it's him exaggerating.
For the one example, yes, because I was there. That's why I disagree with you.
Okay, how do you think? Okay, listen. Can you tell me how you think Gizbob won against Shinra?
Huh? I mean, I don't know about all that. That's a super old rack. I doubt you can tell me your opinion in detail either. At least I'm
Yeah,
accurate.
I think you
hold
being
on.
hyper skeptic
Hold
doesn't
on.
make you good.
Hold
So
on.
being hyper skeptic in debate, I think you probably did really
He
bad. You
doesn't
probably
know
lost.
shit about IRL. That's not anti. He literally doesn't know anything
Okay,
about it.
okay, yeah, okay. So what the fuck? That's like a toddler going into a fucking debate and me expecting to be like, oh my god, good job, good fucking job. Holy shit, like you didn't get blown the fuck
He
out. or
didn't
something.
do. Okay, so hold on. You being super skeptical of stuff, he literally won the debate off of that. So that's not him being stupid or whatever. That's just him
So he won the
being
debate.
super, super fucking
Like,
like
your parent statement.
what?
Out. Sunlock. Hello.
I said the word what. When people say the word what, they
I
act-
think that what's a primitive, so I don't know what you mean by that.
What are you guys talking about now? What are you guys talking about?
Alright, bro.
First single. The first
So-
thing.
So,
they were
listen, you didn't
talking
even
about
name
is
it specific what he was skepticizing. That was retarded to
Okay,
skepticize.
so-
Bro, like, please, one at a time, please.
Okay, yeah. So the first thing that happened is just that you know, I was talking to Boyd about if you watched the rec and you know, me and Haram get into a little convo about the rec between me and him, or me and her, and what happens is she's like, oh, you had like a tracking error, like you need to get better at general debating because you have like you mistrack things, you're not good at tracking, your rhetoric isn't good as well. I was like, okay, can you name a single point I like mistracked? And she was like, I don't remember the debate.
Is this in general, or like in regards to like your placement on a tier list?
This is just talking about in general.
Okay.
Yeah, and then basically we get onto the point where it was like, oh, like you mistracked 4 things in the debate, in 50 minutes. And I was like, mistracking 4 things in 50 minutes isn't bad. Do you think that's bad? She was like, yeah, it's bad. I was like, okay. Compared to like someone like Apollo. Apollo had like over like 28 like tracking errors in like an hour debate. But he was like, she was like, oh, but like those are like minor tracking errors compared to like relevant tracking errors. You had 4 relevant tracking errors. Like now they're mixed with relevant and they're mixed with minor tracking errors. And you know, then we get on to the point. Or will I ask her, well, you judge me and Apollo relatively similar, right? And then she just responds like, no, I think Apollo's like, what?
You know, I'm actually surprised. That was like
Uh-huh.
best, like the best like showing of like your tracking so far. But I can't name an example now. I just remember.
Okay, so my bad. Then we get on to the point. I was asking her, yo, do you think, or like, what was it? Oh no, yeah, like she was saying that Apollo's better than me. And she thinks Apollo's like better than me like by a lot, and I was like, well, you have weird ways of judging people in the first place, and then she was like, well, I don't know about weird, and I was like, you think Gizbob is good, um, and then that's basically we just get off into talking about Gizbob versus Shina.
Whoa. Okay. I mean, I don't know. It's like, I
And
mean,
you know you're the
yeah,
only person who doesn't
after
think
like
this stuff is good.
investigating Haram's like gauges, it's just like it's kind of dumb.
Alexis!
So,
Can someone
because I don't
link
share
me,
your
like,
opinions,
Can someone calm down?
I'd
Can
ask that.
someone link me a tier list for like a template for like a
debaters.
you know
Let
what
me
I'm talking
check.
Yeah.
Let me check.
Yeah, did you? I'm not gonna lie.
I have to.
I still don't understand how you think I'm worse than Apollo. What's the reason for that, Haram?
Apollo's
You can-
actually able to go into detail for like why he believes a lot of what he believes. You don't really seem to have
You
like the
can
best way
prove
of
that.
justifying that stuff. What else?
You
He has a
can
lot
prove
more
that.
knowledge than you. His rhetoric is infinitely better than yours. His tracking is
You can't
infinitely
prove that,
better
by
than
the way.
yours.
XQC on this tier list, bro.
Yeah,
XQC
Yeah,
is
you
getting
can't prove that
rhetoric.
wrong.
I was sympathetic towards the knowledge thing. The rhetoric thing is just well, that guy
That's
is.
true.
He's just Jamaican guy.
Yeah, guys, it's true. Okay, listen. Yeah, I agree.
He's
Apollo has more
Jamaican,
knowledge.
not Jamaican.
Apollo definitely has more knowledge. Yeah, Apollo's read more than me, right? Like, Apollo's read more than me. I agree that Apollo has more knowledge than me, right? But having better rhetoric just isn't fucking true. I can't lie. Apollo's rhetoric is fucking horrible. It's like really fucking bad. Like he gets
Amazing.
yapped by like calm Senju in rhetoric, bro. It's like really fucking bad.
No, Apollo's rhetoric can be pretty decent depending on the day. It's just that he tries to be too rhetorical, so the problem is he becomes corny at points.
Okay, can you name like one ever debate where he's just been like really good rhetorically?
Really good rhetorically. He's decently rhetorical in his Infinity debates. What else?
What the fuck he is, bro?
Hold on. There's another one. When he was talking to Synth, I thought he was pretty decent. When he was talking to Evan, I thought he was pretty decent.
Oh my god.
Evan?
He got dominated.
The
Evan
recent
beat the
one?
fuck out of Apollo. Like,
Yeah.
He got
Don't
dominated.
get me wrong, he lost, but I mean, like, speaking
rhetorically, he
capabilities
got
was fine.
whooped by fucking up. Like, rhetorically, he got whooped by Evan.
Apollo got whooped by
Yeah.
Apollo, really, bro?
I said rhetorically,
What?
Apollo got whooped by Evan. You're not even trying to
You're about to say Apollo. You're about to say Apollo, bro.
No,
No, they
I
won't.
was gonna say
Okay.
Evan in the first sentence, then finish it with Apollo, but then I decided to do it, the other way around.
Alright, this is what I mean by your tracking isn't good.
You
What?
fucking mistracked what I was going to say, retard. What are you talking about?
I heard it very clearly.
No, you didn't. I'm pretty sure everybody else in the VC could attest that I never said Apollo and Apollo in the same exact sentence.
You're right, you didn't. You were
Do you
about
guys,
to. That's
do you
what I
guys think
said.
Fleur?
You just
Do
didn't
you guys
track.
think Fleur would be ask yourself on like a non-vegan topic?
Flair's a pretty smart person, so
Maybe it depends on the topic. Ask yourself would beat Fleur most of the times.
Bro, all I know about Ask Yourself outside of like veganism was the fact that supposedly like he debated Brain Mason on diatheism, got convinced, and then he debated someone else on diatheism, and then got convinced against diatheism again. So I don't know if he's
Jesus.
actually that good outside of veganism, bro. He was getting passed
No, he's
around
amazing.
ideologically. Like,
he's amazing. He's
That's
the
crazy.
best. He's unstoppable. He's a monster.
Hey, actually, he's like. Okay. By the way, I hope you know. I almost called you Apollo, Zane. Oh shit. Like,
I'm fucked.
I can't lie. Like Apollo quite literally just isn't good, bro. Can't lie.
You're right. I don't think he's good. I think he's dog shit. Unironically, I had him like below Gyro, Jester, and a bunch of people before like Yugi told me to move.
You're
him up.
crazy.
Wait,
You're crazy. You're insane.
You think the debate where Apollo committed himself to the view that God made man out of only a pot of congealed blood and only dust and only nothing, you believe that debate he did rhetorically well?
So when I say he did rhetorically well, I'm talking about like his speaking, right? I'm not really talking so much about the substance. The substance is obviously very bad for Apollo.
Substance is your rhetoric. Your substance is your rhetoric. If
Yeah,
you
but
commit
if we're-
yourself to retarded shit, you're gonna make yourself look bad rhetorically.
Yeah, but the point was it was more so a conversation about general debate skill, and Apollo does have general debate skill down to an extent, more so than Penny. And Apollo's just substance is just like really bad, so that's why his rhetoric is gonna be bad. But it's not because like his general debate skill is like really
No.
bad beyond like the poor substance.
Dude, Apollo couldn't track like a debate if he was like listening to it back in real time. Like Apollo genuinely has the worst tracking known to man. He does not have general debate skill.
You guys think Friedago's beating Gios, right? And Forks.
Yeah.
No, I think Free is losing to Rizhan, and I think Rizhan lost to Gios.
Okay, listen,
I'll put it
downplay on Free to Go. Currently,
Speaking
Free
of tracking, Rizhan's tracking is ass as
no,
fuck. I think it lost to
currently,
Jester.
current Free to Go would be Giaz. Can't lie.
I'm not sure about that one. Free doesn't have the indomitable human spirit.
I think Free is beating
But-
Gios too.
Free like at his best, which is him currently is like tier 3. Can't lie.
Dude,
That's
he
exactly
is
where I
not
put him.
tier
That's
3.
exactly where I put him.
He's not tier
No,
3.
I mean
bro.
like tier 3. I mean tier 3 in current comp standards.
I don't even think he's tier 3 current comp.
No, he's definitely tier 3. Come on, he's definitely tier 3.
He's definitely not. Like, put
He's like
Put Free
relative
in a
to like
VC.
Shikio.
Free in a VC with Jester. He's fucking dying.
Okay, but so is Shikio.
Fucking Sync. Bro,
He went
Sync-
relative with
Sync is
Jester in
so
their second
bad.
debate.
Sync is gonna go here.
That guy Free couldn't explain why it's immoral, right? And a lot of people would probably agree with this. He couldn't give
You're
a
right.
clear
He
reason,
lost.
which is why a bunch of people would agree with for why like
You know
I don't know.
what? You're right.
60,
You're right,
80,
Alexis.
yeah.
Free
He's
lost
dumb
to
as
a
fuck.
Free lost to a preempt Marcion functionalism. You right.
Yeah, he's really bad. Listen, okay. The thing is with people like Free, they do this thing sometimes where they like have like the facade of being a good debater, right? But then that's just because what they did is they wouldn't like listen to recordings. They like heard arguments. They didn't even look into the arguments at all. Like they have no clue what the fuck the arguments mean. They just say the words and you think they're good because they're just saying an argument that like someone that you think is good would say. But they don't even know what the argument means.
Like, no hate to Free, I like the kid, but it's like, as soon as he gets onto like the ontological economy stuff, he's just like insufferable.
I genuinely thought BB was about to say something serious for a second, bro. That nigga gaslit the fuck
Well,
out
no,
of me, bro.
BB is being serious. That is something that Free brings up in like every debate. He brings up the ontological economy for some reason.
Of the ontological
Who
what?
brings up what?
Ontological economy, and like every debate.
Oh, I thought he said something about Batman. Oh,
No, I heard ontological economy, so I assumed he was being serious.
Where'd you
I
get
just-
Batman from that?
because usually when I think that BB's about to like say a sentence, it's always about to be something about Batman. So my
Or Jace.
brain substitute anything he's about to say for Batman.
Batman or Jace. Or Jace.
Yeah.
Free
Jace
would
is
be
such a
good
bad
if he like. Free would be good if he like, fucking went and trained with Buddhist monks for 50 years.
Dude, he learns from Synth. Like Synth sends him like shit to read, but he just doesn't fucking read this shit.
I don't think he has reading comprehension. I doubt if he read it, he'd be able to understand what it's saying anyway.
That's what ChatGPT is for.
Dude, does Forks know
Instead of use
anything
that.
about philosophy, or is he just like all rhetoric?
No, he's like all rhetoric. He knows like
Yeah, I'm moving him
the
up.
names of philosophy. He knows like the names of like normative ethical positions, and that's about it.
I'll put him there then. That's what I thought.
Oh, who y'all talking about now?
Zizzo. I think Zizzo. I'll put Zizzo right here.
There's always like a mid tier for fiction comp standards, so really low.
Hey buddy, don't tell me how to make my tier list, or problems will be had.
That's a thunder, by the way.
Yeah, I like this. Charlie Kirk. Does Charlie Kirk ever like not say dumb shit though?
Fucking retard.
I guess. Okay.
I think people like Charlie Kirk are his hard set at his skill level. Like he would never get better.
Let me post my tier list.
Please don't. Please don't. We don't want to see it.
I'll post it, man.
Manny doesn't even debate. These people like don't even debate. They just exist. Mike Burgundy. I should rank Mike Burgundy. Oh, Lucario.
Okay.
Jester kind of has like the same issue the other animated videos do, as he's just like all rhetoric. Does he ever like have substance? Who would he out
Yes,
rhetoric? I feel like he would rhetoric Y-Fun into the ground, but not Gios. Maybe he would rhetoric Gios. Okay, he might. Actually, he would probably rhetoric Free into the ground.
He used semi-decent arguments against Shikyo to go against veganism. Like, he brought up plants reply some shit. He also brought up the fact that we probably wouldn't go out and incarcerate animals. So we can't hold them to the same standard.
Ryan.
Yo, I'm back. Who's getting rhetorically butt fucked right now?
Anyways.
Official. Jesus, okay.
Official in the Big 25.
Valor. Dude, Valor's old Demon Slayer recordings are so fucking bad. Have you guys ever listened to those? Jesus.
Nope.
No. That was pretty smart, though. They probably got better.
Where would Legion go on this tier list? I don't actually know. I just wanted to. K is not on this tier list either, so.
Frank is actually interesting people, bro.
This is my choice.
That was a pretty good tier list.
Pretty biased. Type shit.
Did you say
Look, I want to
biased?
see Gav debate more.
Rom, did you say biased? Oh my.
Absolutely.
Don't even start, bro. Don't even start.
Rom, are you mad I put you at the bottom? Is that why you're mad?
I'm not mad at all. This shit is biased as hell. What the hell?
Biased
You
to
just
who?
You just ranked all the anime debaters low, put IRL people high that don't have like good general debate skill, and then was just like, okay, here's that tier list.
Oh, you're retarded. Oh, okay, gotcha.
Okay,
you
this is
know,
gonna
look at one
completely
dude,
speed.
I
Name
feel like, yeah,
Jason
like
Jason
Gizbob would
I
like,
forgot
Gizbob would
that.
like, okay, wait, tell me one IRL person Gizbob should be above.
I can name like 5. Lucario, Marcy,
Oh, okay,
Mercury,
Lucario, let's go with that.
Moxie,
So,
Agent, Yugi,
Wait,
you.
stop.
Yugi?
Did
Fuck.
I
You
say-
whoa
Did I-
Yugi?
Wait,
You
did I
keep on that
say
thing.
name like 12 or did I say name 1? So name 1, right? Okay, great. We'll take Lucario.
Cool,
Do you
cool,
think?
cool.
Do you
I wanna
think
name
that?
more.
Calm down. Do you think that if Lucario asked Gizbob to give a fucking valid argument, that Gizbob would actually be able to formalize an argument? Yes or no?
Yeah. Fuck.
Okay, forgot.
What? How? Like, what makes you think that? What makes you think Gizbob knows anything about logic?
This guy literally did some like basic like knowledge and pain shit before he debated Shinra.
It wasn't enough, by the way. And it was like, when you say basic, it was really fucking basic.
Like, does he know what an inference rule is? Like,
Yeah.
It doesn't know how to define it.
Yeah, single Phoenix W mans for putting me at tier 2.
Also, like, you don't know a couple pieces of philosophical information, so you're just
that's not even
automatically
like
a
that.
worse
Okay, I
debater.
don't think you understand
It's so
how
fucking
important.
stupid.
I don't think you understand how important knowing something like that is. Like, if anyone asks you to like formalize an argument, you're just cooked, and then you just look bad, like in front of everyone. If I ask you to formalize an argument, you're not able to do that. Then it just becomes unclear of what the person is trying to say 99% of the time. Why do you think I always ask people to formalize their arguments? It's so it
And you know
stays
most
linear
good,
and
and you know most
productive.
good debaters would just grant that the argument is valid if it looks valid.
Most good debaters use
Most
formalized
good debater
arguments.
are gonna know if the argument's valid. Yeah, if the argument's valid, that's trivial. Nice one, good one.
So you just didn't answer
Let's
the
go.
question. Fantastic.
So this guy's a
You think
fucking
you asked a
idiot.
question?
Cool, that wasn't a question. My bad. You know what I was trying to say.
Holy fucking shit.
Just didn't respond to what I said. I said most good debaters.
See, this is
who are,
what
like,
this is
good
the problem
faith.
with you, Haram. You'll say some
will
stupid ass shit
literally-
like that, and
literally
you'll be like,
scrap that
"Oh
shit.
yeah, you're going to all my tiers because you didn't track the retarded shit I just said." And that's like a prime
Huh?
example of like some retarded
You're
shit you would say.
stupid. You're stupid.
You
What are you talking
stupid.
about?
You stupid. Teehee. You stupid. You said that with a big ass grin on your face.
You said teehee, bro. You're a fag.
Guys, my screen share chat.
He was mimicking you.
That nigga wasn't mimicking me, bro.
Oh, this guy should not
You
be
talking
screen
about?
sharing. What is this guy screen
What's
sharing?
my screen share chat?
Swear to God, if it's
Like, I don't know what
Minecraft.
tell
I
you,
swear to God, if
Gizbob-
it's
Gizbob is
Minecraft.
losing to like Free to Go.
Yeah, what I was just
I
saying-
feel like, unironically, I think Free to Go could debate Gizbob on fiction, and just hit him with the formalize your argument. Gizbob would lose, straight up. Like he'd just lose. I don't think you guys understand. If you guys learn like basic prop logic shit, you guys go from like bronze 4 to like at least platinum 1.
Ridiculous.
you guys
there's
shoot-
no
you
basic
guys
logic
shoot-
either.
That's retarded, bro.
It's like a,
Like, if
it's
I'm
like a straight,
intentionally
it's like a
bad
straight
faith, I'm
rank up.
automatically higher on your tier list. What the fuck?
No, but it doesn't even come off as bad faith. If someone asks for a formal argument, look, someone can even offer to formalize the argument for them. If they don't know how to do that, and then they formalize the argument like, okay, P, Q entails R, and then they ask, hey, do you sign off on this? And they go, yeah, because they don't fucking know any better. And then it's just, the argument's just not even valid. So like the whole fucking thing that they're trying to say is just not even valid. It's an automatic loss. Like, I don't think you understand. Like it's bad.
Most,
Like it's so.
if you're being
it's so
good
easy
faith,
to
you'll
learn
just
too.
grant that it's valid most of the time.
Why would I grant an invalid argument to be valid? That's retarded. No one would do
Yeah,
that.
yeah. What I'm saying is most times it would be valid.
Maybe in like silver,
Yeah, I'm
silver
saying most
Elo
times
where
it would
you
be valid.
calm down. Maybe in silver Elo where you're at, they'll grant something like that because they don't know any better. But I don't know what to tell you, buddy. Above diamond Elo, no one does that. No one does that.
Oh, you're just being a dumbass elitist.
Hey, calm down, Faker.
This guy just called me an elitist.
Literally.
Elite is like elite, dude. So it's like, isn't that good? Like, come on.
No, being an elitist is not good.
No, I think it is because like you're elite.
Anyways.
Or it could refer to an intellectual. I don't think they're better than someone else.
But yeah, I think that like literally like okay, from like Free to Go down, except for like Jay Dyer, Rizhan, and like yeah, that's it. If Free were to ask any of them to like formalize an argument, they would all like fail, except for the two people I named.
No, a lot of people would have it down. Plus, that's just a sped way of ranking people.
I guess Infinity would know how to. How's that a sped way of ranking people?
Yeah, I already explained how. Most people would just grant that it's valid. It looks valid. You're not gonna ask for all that. It's just being intentionally bad faith.
You understand what you just said is like trivial, right? Like most people, like okay, most people would grant it's valid if it looks valid. The only way it's gonna look valid if it is actually valid. You understand that, right?
Yeah, I'm saying if you just like converse
okay,
with
so
somebody, you
if
don't even start out into a formal
if someone in
syllogism,
Low
that'd
Elo
be
doesn't
okay.
know how stop talking. If someone in Low Elo doesn't know how to like formalize an argument properly, no one's gonna grant its validity. What you're saying right now is like extremely trivial. Oh, guys, if it's valid, then they're gonna grant it's valid. Like, yeah, no shit.
You're completely
valid.
missing the fucking point. Holy shit. You can literally just speak the argument to the other person, and most of the times, they're just gonna grant, okay, this argument makes sense. They're not gonna ask for too much beyond that. And most of the times, it does make sense. For these fiction debaters that aren't even using formal syllogisms.
Maybe that's like some Low Elo experience you have. I don't know. Like,
Alright, bro.
people don't
For
do
sure. You're so high elo that your like general debate skill is dog shit, but you make up for it by just like, prop logic.
Okay.
Fantastic.
How many debates have we seen like Destiny ask for like the formalized version of the argument?
Destiny's like tier 4.
You don't. Okay, well, one, you don't have to ask for the formalized version of the argument. If someone gives it in natural language, and this is gonna go inside to what I said earlier, Destiny can formalize it in his head, and then he's gonna say like, yeah, that's valid in his head, or like, hey, that's just a non sequitur, which he usually does. There's instances where people will say some stupid retarded shit, and Destiny will spurg out and go, woo, that's a fucking non sequitur. He does it all the fucking time. And it still follows. People in low elo don't do that because they don't know any better. Whereas like people in high elo, you'll see like people like literally Lucario and up. Everyone will just dismiss the argument if it's invalid. And this is a common trend you see if people are in high elo. It's very common for someone to like, hey, not grant the argument if it's invalid. Not to grant the argument's validity if it's invalid.
I see a lot of non sequiturs and
a lot of people can detect that something is a non sequitur without actually knowing how to like put an argument in like its formal it's like formal version, its formalized version, right?
yeah.
So like,
Okay.
yeah, like this isn't even like something that like it's not like Destiny actually puts like P1, P2 conclusion and he detects by the formalized version by applying the inference of the argument that he knows none of that. That's not what he does, right? He just knows it because he looks at the reasons and the reasons don't seem to follow. That's it. So like I don't think knowing inference
I don't know
is
that.
that important. But
No, I do. I definitely do. Press anyone into formalizing an argument, and if they can't actually give a valid argument, then they're just dumb. I don't know.
Fantastic. Literally just repeat your
yeah, no
point.
shit. But that's
Peter.
like
Fuck.
yeah, but that's just like a tool you like to have access to. But it seems to me like what you guys were talking about, what Aram was saying, is that most people don't seem to do this. And most debaters don't seem to do this, which is true. Most debaters,
Yeah,
even
well,
most good debaters,
obviously,
don't just ask for formalized versions.
good debaters definitely do that. Obviously, it's expected that most people don't do that because most people aren't going to be familiar with prop logic. That's trivial
Okay.
as well.
Okay, in every single debate that ask yourself as that with Destiny, how many times did he ask him for the formalized version of his arguments?
That's irrelevant.
So you can
This guy's an idiot.
concede that there are. That I already like pointed out two good good
You
debaters.
know, it's
specifically
funny.
good
It's
debaters
funny.
that
It's
don't ask
funny.
for formalized
It's funny.
version, right?
It's funny you bring up ask yourself because I've already said this. You don't need to ask someone for the formalized version of the argument. They can do it in their head. And you just said, well, I don't
Okay.
think they do that, which there's
Single
no
Phoenix.
way of proving. And this is actually
Phoenix.
not even expected that they don't do that in their head. Because ask yourself literally
You're
asks
yapping.
for syllogism all the time.
You're
Fleur was
literally
literally bitching.
Are you
Fleur-
shut up when I talk?
I know. I
Oh
know.
shit! Are you going
No,
to like
you can't.
give
No,
me
you
an
can't.
unskippable ad?
Fleur
Okay.
was literally
I
bitching
can. Okay.
the other day
I can.
because she
Hold
got
on.
banned.
This guy like gives me 1 point and then gives me a fucking unskippable ad. Okay, my point was people do it in their head.
Unskippable.
You said that most good debaters do ask for them. I said, well, it seemed to me that Ram's point was that most people and most good debaters don't seem to just ask for my versions of the arguments. And you said, well, that's not true. Most good debaters definitely do. So now I'm going through the list of debaters that you consider good, and I'm asking you, are there multiple instances where they went through hour-long debates without asking for a formalized version of an argument a single time? If it's true, then there are many good debaters that don't ask for formalized versions of arguments, and they just don't go through it on the debate. Go ahead.
You understand that's like how it's completely irrelevant to my original point, right?
It's relevant to his point.
His point's irrelevant to my point then. First
Yeah, I
of
don't
all,
give a fuck. We're
even if
clarifying his point.
even if it is too, like, let's just hypothetically, like, first of all, like I said earlier, you don't need to say it. They can do it in their head, and they can say, oh yeah, that's valid, oh yeah, that's not valid. That's fine, they can do that in their head. No one's denying that. But 2 people out of, like, everyone in tier 2 or higher on this tier list is not most. Like, what are we doing? We see this all the time.
Wait,
Eric
what tier
does it,
list?
Mason
because
does it,
they don't
Ask
do it,
Yourself
they
does it,
can't.
Evan does it,
What tier list?
Fleur does it. My tier list.
I don't know. I don't know what tier list. What is it? Isn't it chat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
terrible
didn't see
tier
this.
list, by the way.
Tier 2. Most people in tier 2. I've never thought. Okay, Lucario doesn't ask for them in all of his debates or anything like that. Neither does Marcy. Neither does Mercury. I don't know Gasfly.
Mercury does. Yeah.
Kalu also does it.
Dude, Mercury. It's so funny you say that. Mercury literally made like a whole Google Doc. of-
Yeah, no, I
You
was
were
need to see.
there. What are you talking about? Yes, he does
What
do
the fuck
that.
does what the fuck does making a document have to do with you consistently asking for inference rules or like formalized versions of the arguments?
It definitely gives
What?
credence towards that. It'd be expected that they would do that if they go through the fucking processing power of making their own arguments.
Because
Maybe
they
we
go
just
through the
had
okay,
debates.
so because they go through the work of making a formalized argument, it follows that they also want other people to formalize their arguments.
It would follow that they hope their opponent gives a valid argument. Yeah, like any debater like would hope for. Yeah.
Well, yeah, every debater would hope for a valid argument, right? I agree with that, but we're talking about
Alexis!
formalized arguments, not just valid arguments.
What's good, you get?
What's good?
Yugi, my goat!
Wait.
Pop off, dick, nigga.
Wait, you understand that? Wait, I'm almost
excuse-
confused. Do you think when someone gives an argument in natural language that without formalizing it, it can be valid or not?
Without actively doing it in the debate, yes, it can. Well,
And how
I
do you
guess it
prove
does
the
that.
validity? How do you prove the validity in an unnatural argument, or in a natural language?
Well,
argument?
you would formalize it.
Oh. Interesting.
But if the debaters don't put that into question, and they seem to think that it is valid, and they don't see the necessity of asking for the formalization, then they don't ask it. Just as Ask Yourself didn't ask it for Destiny.
Okay.
Just as
Wait.
Destiny doesn't ask
Wait,
it in
wait,
any
wait,
of his
wait, wait,
debates.
wait, wait. Dude, you keep
Well,
saying that
okay,
they
I'm
don't.
waiting. I'm waiting.
You keep saying that they don't utter it. They don't utter it. No one cares. They can do it in their head.
Do they think it?
Synth
Okay, do
does
they
it in
do
their
it?
head.
Does
What?
Destiny does it? Does Destiny do it?
Probably, yeah. It would be expected that he does do that, yeah.
Okay, why?
Because every time he doesn't think that something's valid, he'll call it a non sequitur.
That doesn't
Yeah, but it
mean-
doesn't ring out all like it doesn't follow from the
look,
premises. Then it doesn't formalize it, does he?
We can even put this. We can even point out. Ask yourself when he does it, dude. He asks for formal arguments all the
We're
time.
talking about Destiny
And
right now.
like I was talking about the Fleur thing before you muted me.
And
Fleur got.
skippable ad. Oh shit.
Are you done? What are you doing right now?
No, I'm talking about Destiny. You're talking about Fleur. I don't give a fuck about Fleur. Fleur can go fuck herself. We're talking about Destiny right now.
What?
You give a fuck about Fleur. Should be fucking retarded. Does Destiny do it? Well, we can talk about Ask Yourself and Fleur. I don't give a fuck about Ask Yourself and Fleur. We're talking about Destiny right now.
Yeah, it would be expected that Destiny does it considering his knowledge.
Right, I already asked you why. Thank you for opening the claim.
You already said he
I
doesn't
answered
do
the,
it.
I answered the
Why
question.
the fuck are you talking about expectations?
Bro, I'm gonna okay, bro. You're definitely going down on the fucking tier list, that's for sure.
You're definitely going down on my tier list that everyone cares about, that's for sure.
Tracking issue, I didn't say my, I said the tier list. Dumb fuck alert.
What tier list are you talking about? If not yours, who cares?
The guy that you were originally talking with. Retard.
Okay, so...
It's not even like I'm gonna move you down. This is just what I expected of you.
Wait, sorry. So, maybe I should simplify my point, because, like, this is, like, really stupid. Do you not think that it would be expected that you would be a better debater if you know propositional logic?
Cool. Who cares? Yes.
Okay, thank you. You just answered. Okay, nice. That was literally my whole point, by the way.
Wow. Is that gonna make a world difference? Like, no. It's not gonna make an otherworldly difference.
Yeah.
In most conversations,
it
you're
does
gonna
make
be
a world
asking for
difference.
inference
And
rules.
funny
Most
enough,
people are just gonna be making these points
funny
in their
enough,
head.
funny enough, Void pointed this out earlier. Hey, how do you prove a validity in a natural language argument? Oh, you formalize it. Oh, okay, great. That's the whole fucking
Okay,
point.
so you just didn't
That's the
listen to
whole
Void.
fucking
That's
point.
fantastic. What Void was literally saying is, under your criteria, right? A lot of these good debaters that you consider don't even ask for these formal arguments. So what are you talking about?
I never made a claim that they utter them. Again, I've clarified this like 4 times. They can do it in their head, and if it looks valid, they'll grant that it's valid. Again, like, and that's in response to what you said, which was completely fucking trivial. Obviously, if a good debater sees, like, here's an argument in natural language, and they say, oh yeah, that's valid or whatever in their head, they're obviously formalizing it in their head because that's how you fucking prove whether a natural language argument is valid or not. What the fuck are you talking about?
Your point is literally useless here. If nobody's doing it, who gives a fuck? If very few people are doing it, who cares?
No one does it in low elo. No one does it in low elo.
Nobody does it in high elo either. He
You go
literally
into
just listed
any
multiple
IRL server, they
examples.
always do this.
Cool,
they always
IRL
expect a
servers.
formal argument.
Are we ranking randos from IRL servers? We're not. We're ranking the people on the tier list. The people on the tier list don't do that for the most part.
Yeah, no, for the most part, everyone in tier 2 or higher does that, yeah.
What? He literally just listed 4 or 5 different examples where people weren't doing that. What are you talking about?
He listed Destiny, who's not even on my tier list, and then he listed Ask Yourself, who actually does fucking do that, by the way. Ask Yourself asks for formal arguments all the fucking time, so I don't know where we were going with that. And
Okay, so you can
Moxie,
disagree with that. That's fine.
I can
You
grant
went over
Moxie.
that.
Wait, funny enough, Moxie also asks for formal arguments sometimes and gives them sometimes. So it doesn't even follow that
Sometimes. Is
Moxie
that
doesn't
often?
not do it all the
Is
time.
that often?
Yeah,
Sometimes.
Moxie started doing it
Doesn't
often.
do it all-
Moxie
Wait,
literally debated
wait,
someone last night asking for a formal argument.
Wait. So the reason why it doesn't follow that she doesn't do it all the time is because she does it sometimes? That's amazing.
What are you talking
Single,
about?
you're just an idiot, man. You're just an idiot.
You literally, I'll repeat your sentence to you. You said Moxie does ask for them sometimes, so it doesn't even follow that she doesn't do it all the time. Real?
I said does it not. I said does it not do it all the time.
That's not even what you said.
Amazing.
Literally not even what you said.
That is what I said.
Swear to God, that's not what you
Literally,
said.
it's not.
You,
You said that
I'm
she
live
does it
streaming if
sometimes.
y'all want to go
And then
back
she
and look
doesn't
at
not
it.
do it sometimes. What? What are you talking about?
What was I saying a second ago? You guys over talking me. I'm live streaming on YouTube if y'all want to go look back at like a recording.
Look, the only people that don't do this that are in tier 2 or higher on my tier list is
Alex O'Connor?
Moxie, maybe. Marcy, I don't think does it either. And Alex
Barely
doesn't
ever
ask.
does it in a debate.
Yeah, Alex, I think does it in his like he'll formalize the arguments in his head, but I'll even concede that Alex doesn't really do it. Everyone else on this list does it. Like what?
I don't ask for
I don't grant that.
Your point is getting
You talk
worse.
about
by
you
the
talk about
second.
ethics most of the time though, don't you?
Even when I'm talking about other stuff, I generally don't ask for a formal argument.
Will you give the form argument?
Okay, and I guess Yugi doesn't.
So is Yugi expected to be a low elo?
I never said not knowing how to do that makes you low elo. I said if you know prop logic in your low elo, it would make you like mid elo instantly.
I mean,
Is Plat 2 low elo?
I
just gonna be fucked. I don't really care.
Just to be clear, I can. Just to be clear, usually when I debate, I know when something is a non sequitur. 99% of the cases, without putting in the argument on like through some inference rule in my head. Can I do it? Yeah. Do I do it? No.
Imagine you get forced to go on the affirmative. Singles point is so fucking stupid. You're the person who has to give the argument. The other person doesn't have to give an argument. He just thinks that if someone else gives an argument, you just ask for the inference rule, you just win the debate. That's so fucking stupid.
I don't think Beaver's just
That's
being
not what I. That's
planted,
not even
though.
what I. That's not what I said at all. What
Yeah,
I'm
if you just
saying is
ask
that
for the
if someone
inference
gives
rule,
it,
they don't
if
give it,
someone,
you just win.
that's not
Really?
what I said at all. That has nothing. First of all, an argument can be valid if you put it through a. Oh my god, you don't even know anything. Jesus Christ. Look, the
This
point is
Oh
if
my
someone
bad,
else-
the
if
elitist knows
someone
so
else-
much more than me.
Stop talking. Yeah, I do. Unironically, I do. I don't know why you just said that. Look, if I
For
ask
sure.
you to make an argument, and you give me PQ entails T, like premise 1 P, premise 2 Q entails T. Yeah, that's fucking invalid, and I'm gonna tell you that that's invalid, and I'm not even gonna waste my time engaging with the substance. Yeah, you just got your fucking ass kicked. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, anyone that knows prop logic, and that's like fucking tier 3 or lower, other than like the few people that do know prop logic that are tier 3 or lower, like, for example, if you were to take, like, Jester and, like, give him Floral X, dude, he would shoot up to, like, tier 2. I'm not even kidding. Because all he would ask is, hey, formalize your argument, what's the inference rule? You can't prove the validity, the argument's fucking invalid, you just lost. Like, what are we talking about?
Oh yeah, my bad. But when Jester goes on the affirmative, he's still tier 2, even though he can't ask for the inference rule.
he
has
can
to be
go.
the one who's going. He has to be the one who's
and
doing
guess
the
what he can
arguments.
do? Guess what he can do? He can now have better articulation and now have better rhetoric in terms of persuading an audience because now he doesn't have to do all the mumbo
Why
jumbo
is that one
natural
pass
language
dude on
talk
there?
because
Is
he
he
can
gonna win the
formalize
debate,
an
though?
argument.
Is he gonna win
Yeah,
that
if he,
debate?
yeah,
though?
if he convinces people, yeah, and that would be a
if
definite.
he
that would
does,
definitely
is
be
he
a
gonna
step
do it,
in
though,
for
knowing
convincing
that?
people.
Nuclear bomb.
Yeah, he definitely could off of doing that. Yeah,
He could, but would he? Is that likely?
yeah, probably he has good rhetoric. Yeah, it depends who he's debating. Like if he's debating someone like above tier 3 or whatever, I'm not sure, but definitely people below tier 3 or in tier 3. Yeah.
Jester's rhetoric isn't even that good at all.
Okay.
Depends.
Spreading nonsense.
I don't know. He kind of like bullied Apollo that one time.
No, Apollo won.
That was because Apollo was just being genuinely fucking stupid. Like this nigga
No,
literally
no,
provided
You
logical
do
context.
Apollo did
Apollo
great
did
there. Apollo did
fucking,
amazing.
like
Apollo did great.
induction.
Right, BB, Apollo did amazing there. Apollo did great.
We're gonna do this our life. That's
Right,
amazing strong, bro.
But look,
Listen to Ian,
Rom,
bro.
if you think that it's expected that if you know prop logic, then you're gonna be a better debater, then it would also be expected that the people in higher elos are gonna know and utilize prop logic. Like, and then that.
You're giving me like a
and then
nothing
again,
burger.
my
This
whole,
literally
my
gets
whole
nowhere.
original.
The point is to actually
You
get to
calling it a
tier 2
nothing
higher.
burger. You calling me.
I'll
You
leave
calling it a
tier
nothing
zero.
burger doesn't do
Pretty
anything.
good.
The whole
Tier
point
zero.
is that if you're in tier 3 and then you know, and all of a sudden you learn prop logic, it would be expected that you would shoot up to at least tier 0, whether you're at the bottom of tier 0.
Hell no. What
Or
the
tier,
fuck?
not tier 0, sorry, tier 2. And whether you're at the bottom of tier 2 doesn't matter, as long as you're like in the general relativity of tier 2.
So isn't this
That's
kind of
not-
crazy?
that's
A
not
lot
fucking
of
crazy.
people who literally know about prop logic just like you don't have this metric. You're the only person who has this metric. Literally the only person
That's
who
not
has
true
this
either.
metric.
People rank off of general knowledge all the time.
I feel like you just have to be
It's actually
good to
pretty-
get like
you
good.
say-
you know?
you say-
Single example where
you
a debater
say
has
I don't
shown
have this
an
metric.
exact
Wait, stop
metric.
talking. Stop
You.
talking. You say I don't have this metric, but if you take like any person.
No, I
that's
said
tier
other
2
people. I didn't say you.
Okay. If you take other people that are tier 2 or higher on my tier list, and you look at their tier list, you would also find that these general group of people are going to be in the higher elos. These general group of people.
Well, maybe that's
So
just
you
because
know.
they genuinely think that their argumentation is
That's
at that
because-
level. And it's completely unrelated.
You know, in order to form an argument, you need to know prop logic. You know that, right? Like in order to form a valid argument.
Cool. Who cares?
Yeah.
Most people aren't going to be asking
Bro.
for an inference rule at all.
To prove
This,
the
con-
validity
this
of these.
conversation is low-key kind of pointless.
Yeah, if they want to prove if they want you to prove the validity, most people aren't going to be asking for that.
So you understand that it's also going to be common practice that the higher elo you are, the less invalid arguments that someone is going to give, even in natural language, right?
This guy's just repeating his point. This is nonsense.
That I've never said that before. I said it's expected that people in higher ELOs, or
Yes,
it would
but
be
you're
expected
repeating the
that
same
people in higher
general
ELOs.
idea. That's the problem.
What do you want me to do? Because it's not getting through your head. You'll grant these like
How
really
about you
trivial
actually
things.
just give a coherent argument? Or just drop the fucking dude. It's just stupid
Wait,
as
so
fuck.
wait, now you're asking me for a formal argument, right? Is that what you're doing?
A coherent argument, you idiot.
I'm clarifying. That's a clarifying question, by the way.
Yeah, I'm not asking for a formal argument. I'm asking for a coherent argument.
What is a coherent argument?
Okay, something that abides by our intuitions. To be logical.
Jesus Christ.
I'm on a team with a bunch of knuckle draggers again. I'm gonna kill myself.
If you played with me, man. I'm playing.
Look, if you know prop logic, then it would be expected that you would be a better debater as to where previously you didn't know prop logic. Do you grant that?
Yeah, everyone's granting that.
You said what?
Yes, everyone is going to grant that.
Okay, then you agree with me. So you would also agree that in at least most cases where someone learns prop logic and they're low UO, that they would shoot up a decently significant amount, right?
Significant? No.
Yeah, in most cases.
No. Hell no.
When I say significant, I literally just mean like a tier or two.
Yeah, they were
No. Not at all.
It depends. It depends on the person.
I mean, like I don't know.
Maybe if we're talking about like a scenario in which someone has like, I don't know, tier 0 substance and they have like literally everything else besides like knowing like inference rules, which is the most
What?
unrealistic situation ever, sure, they can move up, right? That's never happening though. It's unrealistic.
If you have like tier 0 substance, you probably like no logic.
Wait,
No other
so
stuff.
will you grant that at least that they would be better, or it would
Holy
be
fuck.
expected that most of them would be better
My teammates
or become better than people that don't
What
know
issue?
prop logic?
Question mark?
My teammates stop fucking knuckle
I
dragging,
might grant
bro.
become better. I don't know about will be better.
Again, this is most cases. Obviously, there's exceptions.
Okay, then I would just say I disagree with that. Absolutely.
Okay, are my teammates actually gonna fucking split up this time instead of being
But
knuckle dragging
the
retards?
data literally is like against what you're saying right now, because you would see that in high elo, almost everyone knows prop logic, whereas in low elo, almost everyone knows no prop logic.
Yeah, and I think there's a reason for that. I think the people in high elo already had good argumentation off the start, and then the moment they moved out of the fiction community and moved to the IRL community, they immediately got better rep.
What is good
They were
argumentation?
already good. They were already good, and then they just became better
what
arguments.
does good argumentation mean?
I don't know, making arguments that like abide by our intuitions.
Why is my teammate holding the same
presumably you would
fucking
want to
angle
say
that I
something
am?
that's incompatible with making an argument that's independent from a formal argument, because you can make a formal argument that abides by intuitions, whatever that fucking means.
Yugi, your
Why-
angle is
why-
just so good that he needs to like
I
hog
asked
it.
about good arguments. What the fuck do formal arguments have to do with that?
I got kicked. Did I get timed? What the fuck did I do? Holy shit. Ugh, I need to stretch. Alright, I'm hopping off. I can't find this bitch. What did I do?
Repeat the
Who
last
said-
sentence I just said.
The last thing that you just said?
Yeah.
I think the last thing you said, and correct me if I'm wrong, was just something that abides by our intuitions would be like a proper formal argument.
No, that's not what I said at all.
What did you say?
I said presumably you would want to say something that makes it so that it's independent from like these people that you're referring to not giving formal arguments, because I can just say that, well, the people that you're referring to or whoever you have experience with that you're referencing, it could be the case that they were giving a formal argument that abided by your intuitions, because formal
Yeah,
arguments
abiding
can
by
still
our
abide by
intuitions as
intuitions.
much as possible, then. Just restate it.
Yeah, as much as possible. Whatever. I don't even know what that means, but
Yeah, so let's
Yeah.
say, hold on, let's say I give you an argument that's logically valid, it's not logically sound, right? Okay. So I give you something that's logically valid, it abides by our intuitions to some extent, but it deviates from our tuitions in another extent. Okay. It's not going to be good argumentation. Preferably, you'd want both.
yeah, obviously
No.
you would hope that your opponent gives you both.